So once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Investor Education Week, Day 2. I'm really glad I see a lot of names I saw yesterday have also joined today. So that means uh, somewhere all of you are willing to learn. And as I said, and as I promised yesterday, day on day, we are trying to make it much more easier and much more simpler, the entire presentation. If you can hear me properly today, if you can see my presentation, just give me a yes or a okay. So I can move on, I can proceed, and I can make sure that there is no network congestion. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I see, along with the people who were there yesterday, I see a lot of new names as well. So, welcome to everyone who is new and welcome who attended my session yesterday. So, I see a lot of very new names. So, just for people who are joining today, all we discussed yesterday was about what kind of investment options are available. We are talking about commodities like gold, silver, oil. We talked about cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. We talked about stocks. We talked about share baskets. We talked about stock indices. So, today, we are going to talk about how these asset classes move and what are the news or events which impact them. And today, we are also going to discuss how to create a watch list and how do you use this watch list. What is the reason behind creating a watch list and reading it. Uh, Now, I'm sure those who joined yesterday must have received a demo account, and it's very easy to use a demo account. You already have a link with you. All you have to do is log in the demo details. Like if it is demo 16XYZ, you put it demo at century.ae, demo the number at century.ae, and put your password as century12345, all in small caps without spaces, and you will log on to the platform. Those who do not have the platform, you can always just wait for today, and whichever relationship manager has reached you out, he will contact you and will give you for tonight. So we can practice the same thing tomorrow. And yes, those who have missed the yesterday's session, you can get an overview. We'll try to put the recordings as early as we can. And you can have a one-on-one session with me during the first half, so you can catch up in the second half as well. But again, that depends on the schedule of the day. So I would request you do this session and learn the day two. And day one, I will recap it for you when we have a one-on-one session, right? So today, before I begin, as I say, whatever we are going to discuss throughout the day, whatever we are going to discuss today, whether it is strategies or understanding, everything is devised on the basis of the current market prices, the current situation. Uh, Please, if you take any trade in your live accounts, you have to consult your risk experts. You have to see your risk appetite, because what we are going to do is a lot of demonstrated strategies over the period of this week. So please do not take any trades just by looking at this. This is for information purpose. So please make sure there is certain market risk which is there. Somebody sent me no demo account received. If you have joined the session yesterday, then you must be having a demo account because it has been sent through emails. But if you have joined the session today, then you will receive it by tomorrow morning. So for all the yesterday users, somebody asked me, please type login and password here. So you already must have received a demo ID on your email, and it starts with DEMO demo with the number at century.ae, which is your username. And then your password is, let me put the password right here, century in small caps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the password for all the demo accounts. So all you have to do is just put your demo ID, and you can write this password, and this is I'm sure it is displaying right here. So you can use this password, right? So economic events and how to analyze the impact of data. So there are few important news which comes day on day basis when you're looking at the markets. Now you cannot see everything and you cannot understand everything, that which news is more important, which is not. So what I have done is I have separated the most important economic news events which come, and this impacts, if you are a day trader and if you have trades in gold and currencies and indices, these events impact. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be switching from the live presentation to my platform, and those who already have the trading platform, have the demo account, you can keep switching as well. And please, those who have joined today who do not have a demo account, but you can just right now watch and observe, and you will get a demo account by the end of the day or tomorrow morning, right? You can take pictures, and please, as I say to everyone, have a notepad, keep writing, and this is definitely going to help you. We have a lot of time over the next few days, and we'll keep revisiting the platform again and again. And I'm available for any one-on-one sessions as well if you want to just refresh yourself. So no need to get discouraged if you missed yesterday's session. This is something which we are going to repeat day on day basis, right? Today, so in your platforms right here, let me just give you a small demonstration. I hope everybody can see the screen. Please use your chat options. If you have any inconvenience of any sort, use your chat options and I'll be able to answer it. Now, this is the platform which you see. Yesterday, I told you that if you want to see what kind of products are available, and let's say if you have a blank screen like this, just click on this plus option right here and add products library. Now, once you add your products library, you'll be able to see multiple products: commodities, cryptos, currencies, ETFs, indices, share baskets, shares, treasuries. Now, all these kind of products, these are available to you for investment, for day-to-day trading. Okay. Today, we are going to discuss about how these products move on an average, like what is their average price movement, how you can identify it, and also what are the events which impact those prices. Okay, so I'm going to be switching on and off from the presentation, and please bear with me. No screen available. Okay. There is a possibility, if you are online from your phone, you might have to swipe and slide. Is my screen available to everyone? Can everybody see my screen right now? I'm sharing the live platform with you. Please give me a yes or okay. I don't see a plus sign. Oh, okay. Okay. Now, as long as you can see the screen, those who can't see the plus sign here, all you have to do is just go on the top menu, click on product library, and you'll be able to see the product library right here. Just try doing it. Tell me if it works. Okay, perfect. Everybody can see the live platform. Don't worry. If you can't see the plus sign, maybe the layout is different, but don't worry about it. If you don't see the plus sign, all you have to do is click on the product library, the products here, this option, the first option, if everybody can see this, and click on library, and you'll be able to see this particular window. Don't worry about the plus sign. It's just for the layout. Okay, perfect. Now, while we are looking at this platform, let's see the first commodity, the first asset class we discussed yesterday, and it was commodity. While I'm discussing about these asset classes and talking about how much they move, I want you to simultaneously create a watch list. And for those who have joined today my session, open your notepads or a piece of paper and keep writing the name of these products, because you will get this assignment today to add this on your watch list. And I'll tell you how to see this. So while you have opened your product library, I also want you to go to the next option, which is watch list right here. Click on the watch list and click on create new watch list. I hope I'm being extremely clear right now. From your products library, move on to the watch list, click on create new watch list. So you will see a small window opening here, okay? And you can name this watch list by clicking these three options right here, okay? When you click on this menu, select and name it Investor Education Week, Day 2, for example, and just click anywhere outside so you have a name, Investor Education Week Day 2. I hope everybody is able to do this so far. Add a watch list. And for those who don't have the demo accounts, can write on your notepads the name of the instruments, what I'm doing, and you will definitely receive a demo account. So once again, you go to watch list, you click on create new watch list, you get this window, select on the first three lines over here, name it, and then click outside and you have a watch list ready. Now, what I want you to do is, we learned yesterday about commodities. So I want you to add, how do you add? This small plus sign right here. If you see right here, there is a small plus sign. I'm maximizing it. Look at this small plus sign right here. Click on this plus sign here and write gold. Write gold. Gold cash commodities is what you have to add in your watch list. So when you write gold cash commodities, click and you will be seeing that in your watch list, gold is added. Okay. I hope everybody is able to do this once again. So I will keep adding these products. I added gold. Again, click this plus sign right here. I hope everybody can see this. This plus sign you clicked. Now you write silver and silver cash commodities. Click on it. And now you have gold and silver added. Do not worry if you miss a product or two, or if you find it difficult, just write it in your notepad, have a one-on-one session, and I'll explain you how it works. Once again, gold, silver, and now I want you to add crude oil. Write crude oil, and you will see the first option, crude oil Brent October 2021. You have to add that in your watch list. Crude oil, when you write crude oil Brent October 2021, it will appear. So once you have added that, you will have oil in your watch list also. Go ahead, again, click on the plus sign which says add a product right here. Again, I'm doing this. And crude oil, type again crude oil, and this time you will add West Texas. West Texas. Once again, guys, crude oil Brent, and when you write crude oil again, you will be adding crude oil West Texas. Okay. So why I'm making you add two kinds of crude oil? Because there are two kinds of crude oil. One is crude oil Brent, which comes from the North Sea, which is concerned with UK, Europe, Saudi, Middle East. And then there is crude oil West Texas, which is US based oil. And both the oils are important. You can trade both kinds of oil. So just try to add these two products. Now, once you have added gold, silver, crude oil Brent October 2021, crude oil West Texas September 2021, now you add one more product, wheat. So I'm going from precious metals to energy to agro commodities. Now you have added wheat September 2021 in your watch list, right? Wheat, then you add corn September 2021 commodities. Just write corn and you will be able to see the prices, corn. And then again, add option, add sugar. When you write sugar, you will see sugar raw and sugar white. For now, we'll take sugar raw. You can see my watch list also while you guys are adding. You can check. Somebody asked me a question, why October, September 2021? What does the month signifies? I will answer this question once I prepare the watch list. For now, just keep adding and I'll explain you how it works. Sugar raw October 2021. And last, add coffee. COFFEE, coffee Arabica, coffee Robusta. For now, we are going to add, say, coffee Arabica. This is just your normal coffee, all right? So again, any specific when the month is mentioned. See, I'll explain you the concept of the month. Let's add this watch list and I'll answer these questions as well. Let me just mark this as a question so I will remember this answering. Perfect. So for now, Please see the watch list which I have prepared. Okay, I have gold, silver, crude oil Brent, crude oil West Texas, wheat, corn, sugar, coffee. Now, you must know that there are a lot of commodities which are available in the library, but right now I'm just making you add the top commodities which are traded. There's a question. Hi, sorry, I joined late as I'm with the link. I was getting recording of yesterday. Don't worry. All you have to do is click on the link. Demo platform. You can call your relationship manager and they will be able to provide you the demo. I cannot provide it live right now, but till then you can use your notepad and just write down the points so you can practice it later. It will be like an assignment, right? Unless you can talk to your relationship manager as well, and he will be or she will be able to provide you the demo. Now, once we have added commodities, yes. So the question is the watch list saved automatically? It does. Once you create a watch list, it gets saved automatically, and you don't have to make it again and again. So this is for those people who want to see a bunch of instruments and you don't want to search it, so you can add in your watch list. Question is, which month did you select for crude oil? I selected crude oil Brent October and crude oil West Texas September. I hope you can see my screen. You can check your screen as well. I have already made a watch list for the commodities. This is just for your commodities. Okay. Screen is small. Nothing is. Oh, okay. Okay. No problem. Let me increase the size of it. Thank you so much for mentioning it. 1 second. It's actually already zoomed in, but let me zoom in more. Maybe if it works now for you. Okay. I hope everybody can see it now. I have just zoomed in my screen further. Let me know if there is still an issue. For best experience, I will really recommend that try using the laptops. It should be easier that way. But I have just zoomed in my screen, so see if you can see right now. Gold, silver, Brent, West Texas, wheat, corn, sugar, coffee. Now, this is all commodities together. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is commodities, precious metals, energy, agriculture. Now I'm going to add more instruments to it, which will be Euro USD, most tradable currency. So all you have to do in your search, in your add option, see what I'm doing here. I'm clicking on this add option and I'm writing EUR/USD, Euro USD. Search for Euro USD as currencies. If it doesn't come to you, Euro EUR/USD and press space bar, and you will be able to see Euro/USD currencies right here. Euro/USD currency. So when you click on this, Euro USD will be added. I told you how a currency works yesterday, Euro and dollar. So I'm going to add currencies which you can observe. GBP/USD space. So GBP USD, it should be mentioned as GBP/USD currencies. No September, no October. It must be GBP/USD currencies, right? So you have Euro USD, you have GBP USD. You can also add USD/JPY, which is Japanese yen space, and you'll be able to find USD/JPY as currencies right here. Just 1 second. USD/JPY currencies right here. Okay, you can easily search it from the product library, or just click on add option and you will be able to find it. Now everybody can see my watch list. I have just added 3 currencies right now for your understanding. I don't want to add up. So we have commodities, we have currencies. Now I'm going to add indices. US market is open right now. So I'm going to add US SPX 500, S&P 500 index we talked about yesterday. Index of US which tracks 500 companies of US, and you can invest and trade in it. So I will add SPX 500. I will add German 30. So we can achieve some diversification in Europe as well. So you write German space 30 and you will find German 30 cash indices. Again, guys, no month, no September or October. Just write Germany 30 and you will find cash index. Just add it. You can also write UK 100 cash index, and you will be able to find UK 100 as well. And then add one more, and I will suggest do India 50. And this you will find in the form of a month. So India 50 August 2021, you can add. This is the Indian index, which is also called Nifty, and this is in dollar denomination. So you can add this. So we have commodities, we have currencies, we have indices, and just for the tracking purpose, I would suggest you to add Bitcoin, which has been increasing, and I want you to add Bitcoin USD, the first one. Okay, the value of Bitcoin USD today $46,300, and I want you to add also when you write Bitcoin, you will also see something called as all crypto index, okay, or major crypto index. Just pick one of those, all crypto index, for example. So this will come when you write Bitcoin. It will come. There will be an option to add all crypto index also. You can add those, and now you can also add some shares. Now I will give you the liberty to pick US market, okay, and because in your demo accounts mostly US stocks will be available, so you can add US stocks, okay. And I'm adding the ones which are more popular at the moment. There is Amazon right now. So if you write Amazon, Amazon.com will come. If you write Netflix, for example, you can add Tesla, for example, right? So right now you have a watch list with stocks. US market is open, so you can see their prices also. Give me a thumbs up or a yes or a okay if you have created a watch list, successfully added few products in it. Even if not all of them, you have managed to add few products to it and you understand how it is at the moment. And now I will tell you how you use the watch list and what is the time period and how these products move. Go on, guys. If you have any problem, ask me right away. I will be able to answer your questions as well. Okay. How to rename the watch list, somebody asked. So you can rename the watch list just by clicking on these three options right here. As you can see, these three dots, this asks for the menu right here. You click on it and select the name which you already have, and you can change it to anything you want and click outside the window and you will get it. Perfect. Brilliant. So you have added few products. Perfect. No problem. You can take a picture of this watch list and add the rest of the products later or depending on your convenience. Now, how to use the watch list, why watch list is created. So the first column which you see says low. The second column, and I'm going from, in my system, I'm going from left to right. So after gold, the first column which I see is low. Now, low means the lowest till now. Since the market has opened for gold, which was last night to 3 a.m., since that 3 a.m. till now, what is the lowest gold prices have seen today? Okay. Second column is high, which is what is the highest price gold has seen today. Third column is opening, what price the gold opened. Fourth column is close, which means last night what was the closing price of gold. When markets closed, what price was gold at? Followed by fifth column, which tells you the change. Change is in percentage terms also, and change is in dollar terms also. How you see the change? Look at the extreme right column where you can see the buying and the selling prices. And these are the live real-time prices which you are looking right now. So gold, if I ask you right now, what is the current price of gold? What will you tell me? Use your chat option. If I want to know what is the current price of gold right now, buying price, what is the buying price of gold right now? How will you tell me? Write it on your chat options. Whatever current price you see, what is the buying price right now? Perfect. Okay, answers started coming. Go for it, guys. Go for it. Okay. Somebody said here, 1778. 1778 is not the current price, ma'am. It is the opening price. Okay. Just sometimes people tell me why I do it in such a basic way, because uh, not everybody's on the same wavelength. So I have to really break it down for everyone, and that's the best way to do it, because everybody gets to participate. So 1778 is the opening price. If you want to know what is the current price, you look at the extreme right, the buying price, which is flickering also, and which is 1786 or 1787, whatever you can see, because it continues to change, right? Somebody wrote 1756. I think it's a typo. What you mean is 1786, because 5 and 8 is upside down. So I get that. So extreme right is the buying price. Now, how you calculate your percentage change? You compare the closing price to the current buying price, and you will know that what is the percentage increase or decrease. So if your closing price is 1778, which you can see in column 4, 1778 is your closing price. You compare the current price with yesterday's closing, and you will realize that it is up by 0.4% right now. So today, if I ask you, what do you think about gold prices? Are they up today or down as compared to yesterday? Instantly, you look at your watch list and say, no, it's up by 0.4% today. How do you compare it? You look at the closing price, you look at the current buying price. So the percentage change gives you that percentage increase, right? Look at silver. Now, okay, tell me, the all crypto index, is it up today as compared to yesterday? And if it is up today, how much percentage it is higher today? The all crypto index. If you can see my watch list, if you have not added in yours, I hope you can see my watch list. Find out where is all crypto index in my watch list and tell me whether it is up or down since yesterday. And if up, then by how many percentage? Okay, perfect. Try, guys, try participating. I know it's something really basic, but try using your chat option and you will be engaged into it. Absolutely right answer by everyone. It is up by 4.3%. So now you know that when you are looking at the percentage change, what you're looking at the percentage increase or decrease as compared to yesterday. So closing is one of the most important things which you should know, because on the basis of that, you would know that whether my prices are up or down for today, right? Now, use your notepads and write it down what I'm about to tell you. I have not added Hong Kong index into my watch list, although I should, so I'll just add it right away. Hong Kong 50. So you write Hong, you will see Hong Kong 50, and this is the Chinese index. Okay. Perfect. Let me just see the timing of this. Okay, perfect. Let me just close this away. Now, guys, use your notepads and write it down. 3 a.m. UAE time. On what measure? There's a question on what measure the gold is indicated as USD 1787. Good question, guys. So in Dubai, when you see gold prices, it is 215, 210. It is dirhams per gram. But when you are looking at gold prices in international markets, we are looking at dollars for 1 ounce of gold. 1 ounce is equal to 31.1 grams to be specific. But when you're looking at this measure, you're looking at 1785 or 1786. This is dollars for 1 ounce of gold, and 1 ounce is equal to 31.1 grams. So in international market, this is what the price which you'll be able to look at. Okay. Now, write it in your notepads. 3 a.m. Japan opens. Okay. 3 a.m. UAE time. Then from 4 a.m., 5 a.m. is when China and India opens. Again, UAE time. Then, right, 11 a.m. is when UK and Europe opens. And then 5:30 p.m. is when UK opens. Sorry, 5:30 p.m. is when US opens. So UK Europe opens at 11 a.m. Asia opens at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. and then US opens at 5:30 p.m. Right? Yes, actually, India, you can say rather than 5 a.m., go for 7 a.m. because these are CFD, so the trading starts earlier. But the India time, it should be around 7 a.m., 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. Just see it that way. Uh, while the most of the Asia, so you see it in a way from 3 a.m. till 7 a.m., you will see a lot of trading in Asian markets. Okay. 3 a.m. till 7 a.m. 7 a.m. is also when India opens. So till 10, 11, you will see a lot of movement within the Asia. After that, maximum movement starts in UK and Europe because 11 a.m. is when UK and Europe opens. Somebody said 1 ounce is equal to 28.34. So that ounce which you have right now is the calculation. I think 1 ounce, what gold you're looking at, is also called 1 troy ounce, which is 31.1. Somebody corrected me, India opens at 7:30 a.m. That's right. So I'm just comparing Indian time around 8:30 or 9 when the India markets open. What I'm trying to tell you is between 3 a.m. till 7 a.m. or 7:30, most of the Asian markets are already open. So if you get up early in the morning, you'll be able to do a lot of trades in Asian markets. By 11 a.m., a lot of trading in global markets in Europe and UK, it starts. Okay. So when you see Europe and UK around 11 a.m., that there will be a lot of movement. Goes on later part of the day, 5:30 p.m. UAE time is when you will see the US stock markets opening. Here, once again, I think to give you the exact time period. See, guys, here's the thing. So what I was talking about, the Indian markets, just look at this timings, all right? In the product overview, it says 5 a.m. till 2. Okay, so 5 a.m. Dubai time, when I'm looking at 5 a.m. Dubai time, is when you will be able to trade in India 50 derivative index right here till 2 o'clock. And then after the markets close in India, from 2:40 or 3 o'clock till in the night 11, you will still be able to trade in that in this index because it's a derivative, right? So that's why I'm telling you from 3 a.m. till 7, you will be able to do a lot of Asia-based trading. There's a question. This portal does not reflect all the shares available across the world, especially in US market. I think your demo account should be US. US stocks must be activated. If it is not, write it on the piece of paper. You'll be able to find out. We cannot trade, but we can place only aftermarket orders. No, you cannot place after. Yeah, you cannot. You can place a limit order. Right now, you can do limit orders in limit and current market orders both in US. Right now, you can trade in US stocks. If you can see US stocks, you can trade. Trading is something, buying and selling is something which we will do tomorrow. But today we are just here to prepare a watch list and give you market hours where you can see that which are the prime hours where you should be able to see your watch list. Why is the US stock trading hours only from 5:30 to midnight? So US stocks trade. So all the stock markets have timings. Whether it is Indian stocks, they have timings. Whether it is US stocks, for example, US stocks starts at 5:30 p.m. and by 12 o'clock, 12:30, the market closes. So you cannot trade in stocks for 24 hours because stock exchange is closed. Similarly, when you are talking to UK European shares starts at 11 a.m. and closes by 7:30 or 7:40 p.m. UAE time. Stocks are tradable only between the stock market timings. After the market closes, somebody rightly stated that you can only put orders, but you cannot trade at the live market once the market is closed. So please make this very clear. Stocks can only be traded between the market hours. However, gold, silver, oil, indices, currencies, they are nearly from 20 to 22 hours you can trade. Currencies, a lot of times around 24 hours you can trade. Okay, so only stocks have definite time periods. Most of the indices and currencies and commodities you can almost trade from around 20 to 22 hours unless there's a break, right? Why I'm telling you this timing? I'm telling you these timings because these are the key timings when you should glance to your watch list. Okay, today I'm telling you gold price is right now $1784. Once again, gold price right now is $1784. $1784. You repeat 3 times in mind. Tomorrow, when market opens, you check this price throughout the day. 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, 4 days, till this session goes on, till this investment education week goes on. By the end of 5 days, one thing which you will never forget is I told you that gold price is $1784. And you will have a price anchor in your head where you will be able to compare the first day gold price was 1784, how much it is on the 5th day, right? When you see this watch list every day, it helps you create a price anchor in your mind. That is your first step to understand whether I should buy or sell. Okay. So when you ask me why I go through this tedious process of making you add products in your watch list, this is the reason, because I want you to see this watch list every day. Look at what is the lowest of the day, highest of the day, what price it closed today, whether markets are up or down, and you see for all these key products which investors like to trade into, right? Now, once you know how to use this watch list, let me tell you how much on an average these products move. Gold moves on an average. Again, as I said, market volatility can be really severe. I have seen gold prices falling $100 in 1 day and going up by $100 in 1 day. But on an average, gold prices move around $20 to $25 very easily in 1 day. Okay. When I say $20, $25, see, look at the today's low. It is 1770. Today's high is almost 1790. So you can see that $20 difference, right, between the lowest and the highest. So it is possible for gold very easily to move around $20, around $25 in a day. Why I'm telling you this? Because you will know how much quantity you need to buy or sell, because now you know how much on an average gold moves. If you buy 10 ounces of gold, and answer me this question, guys, and I hope you have your notepads with you, because if you write it down, it will be easy for you to answer. If you have 10 ounces of gold, first of all, tell me how much money you will need to buy 10 ounces of gold. You can see the current market price of gold per ounce right now. Tell me how much money you will need if you want to buy 10 ounces of gold. Go for it, guys. How much money you will need, and tell me the total value, how much money you will need if you want to buy 10 ounces of gold. Okay. Perfect. Everybody's on board with this. Absolutely. Those. So popular answer 17,850, 17,800 given the current market price, right? So you know to buy 10 ounces, you need $17,850. To buy 100 ounces, you need $178,500. So now you know that if for you buy 10 ounces, now you tell me the part 2 of this question. If you have 10 ounces of gold with you, and gold, let's say whatever price you bought at price X, not price X, let's say you bought at current market price 1785, and gold prices went up to 1805, $20 higher, and you have 10 ounces, how much is your profit? Tell me, guys, if you have 10 ounces and gold prices go up by $20, how much is your profit? This will be $20 per ounce. Okay, so absolutely, answer starts. If your answer is $200, you're right. because you have 10 ounces, and if gold goes up per ounce $20, your profit is $200. So now you know if gold price comes down by $20, you lose $200. So now you know how much quantity to trade in, because you know that on an average gold moves by this much. So if price comes down by $20, you will be losing 200. So if $200 comes within your risk appetite, go for 10 ounces. If your risk appetite is higher, you can increase your quantity also. Because if you had 100 ounces and gold goes up by $20, you will make $2,000 profit. But if it goes down by $20, you lose $2,000, right? So you are now steering your own ship depending on your own risk appetite, because you know that how much prices of gold moves on an average in a day. Similarly, when we talk about oil, oil moves around $1.5 to $2 per barrel. Oil is seen as dollar per barrel. One barrel is roughly around 150, 155 liters. So when you're looking at oil prices, it is quoted as $69.86 for one barrel, and one barrel will be equal to around 150 or 155 liters. Will you be teaching leverage in today's session? No, leverage I will be reading tomorrow. Tomorrow will be about risk management. Today it's all about adding on the watch list and looking at the important news and events, why market move and what is the reason behind it. What are the important news? Tomorrow we will talk in very elaborate detail about what is leverage, what is margin trading, how do you buy, sell, what is short selling, and how do you manage your risk as well, right? So once you have added your watch list, once you have seen the prices, now oil moves around $1.5 or $2 per barrel, which means if you have 1,000 barrels and oil moves up by $1, that means you have a profit of 1,000. If oil goes down by $1 and you have 1,000 barrels, you lose $1,000. Similarly, if oil prices move up by $2 and you have 100 barrels, you make $200. If it goes down by $2 and you have 100 barrels, you lose 200. So now you know how much oil you need to buy, because now you know that it is capable of moving around $1.5 or $2 very easily in one day. Similarly, when I look at a stock market index like S&P 500, whose total value is 4,450, S&P 500 can easily move around again $20 to $25 in a day, of $20 very easily in a day. So if you have 10 units of S&P 500, which will be equal to $40,000, you can make either a profit of 2,000 or a loss of 2,000. There's a question, why opening and closing rates are not showing buying and selling rate, it's showing one rate. No, opening and closing is shown here. The column, if you see, there's an open and the close column for everything in your watch list. The buying and selling rates are at the extreme right, and you can see buying and selling prices as well. If you want, you can later on send me a screenshot of what you can see right now. Take a screenshot, send me an email, and I'll be able to reply you back after the session. Right? So now when we have added these products in the watch list, we got to know how much gold moves, how much S&P moves, how much oil moves, how much Bitcoin moves. Can somebody tell me, take a wild guess, how much Bitcoin moves? Take a wild guess. You can see Bitcoin in my watch list. Okay. Tell me, how much do you think a Bitcoin moves over a day? Gold $20, $25, oil $1.5 or $2, S&P around $20, $25. US 30 Dow Jones index can move around $200 to $300 in a day. How much do you think Bitcoin can move? I'm getting different answers, and I will tell you, all of you are right. Somebody said $10,000, absolutely correct. Somebody said $1,500, absolutely correct. 3,000 points, absolutely correct. 6 to 8%, absolutely correct. $2,000, absolutely correct. Bitcoin moves thousands, that is right. So it's wild, from $500 to $2,000, $175 to $250. It can easily move more than $200, $500. Today's low, if you see, how much is the today's low for Bitcoin? 45,870. How much is the highest of Bitcoin? 48,000. Right? So Bitcoin is capable of moving. It's a highly volatile, high risk asset, is capable of moving $5,000, $2,000, $10,000 a day. So please be very careful when you're buying Bitcoins for trading purposes as well, right? Are there any transaction charges for transaction? Yes, there is a commission charge, but charges is something which we can discuss later on. Right now, let's focus on the part where we have added the watch list. We are looking at the average movement. Now, let me get back to my slide where I'll show you which are the important events and how they impacted. So now you saw gold prices, how they move. Uh, these are some important key levels. And after this, you'll be able to see these market news in a different way. Starting with FOMC meeting. What does FOMC stands for? FOMC stands for Federal Open Market Committee. It is a part of Federal Reserve. What is a Federal Reserve? Federal Reserve is, let me mark this as a question also, which cryptocurrency is better other than Bitcoin? I will answer this question by the end of this session. I have a few more questions here. I think somebody asked me last time. Where will it go? Yeah, about the future contract. Someone asked me about, and I have something cryptocurrency. Yeah, I will answer this question once we end the session. So, Federal Reserve System. What is FOMC? Federal Open Market Committee, and it's a part of Federal Reserve. What is Federal Reserve? It's the central bank of US. India has a central bank, Reserve Bank of India. Europe has central bank called European Central Bank. China central bank is called People's Bank of China. Japanese central bank is called Bank of Japan. Similarly, how UK's central bank is called Bank of England, US central bank is called Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve or Fed meeting, it happens 8 times in 1 year. And what do they discuss about? They discuss about increasing the interest rates or decreasing the interest rates. What are these interest rates? I'm talking about whenever we will talk or whenever in the news you hear about central bank increasing or decreasing interest rates, please by default imagine the borrowing rate. Today you take a loan from the bank charges you interest on of some rate, right? 2%, 1%, 3%. That interest rate is fixed by banks, and banks get that interest rate from central bank. Okay, so Federal Reserve meets 8 times in a year to discuss whether they should increase these lending rates or they should decrease these lending rates. Why would they want to do it? They want to do it to control one and most important thing, which is called inflation. That's one. Second thing, whenever there is an uncertainty, something like pandemic or chaos, and where you see that the economic activity has come down and there could be a possible recession, the GDP growth has started going down, that is when central bank tweaks the interest rates. Okay, so there are two different reasons. One is to control inflation. Second thing is whenever there is uncertainty or recessionary conditions or pandemics where the economic activity is expected to slow down is when the central bank will interfere. Okay, now what central bank did, we have a lot of jobs. We have to set interest rates. We have to understand payments. We have to see a lot of things. We have to make sure that everything is under regulation. So what we have to do, let's make a separate open market committee for this, which can work on different operations like currency printing, right? Or taking decisions on interest rates. And that open market committee is called Federal Open Market Committee, which is also called as FOMC, right? So you must be hearing about FOMC meeting happened today. FOMC meeting is nothing else but a batch of Fed members from different states combine together and talk about whether the lending rates by central banks should be increased or decreased. Now, how it will work out? Tell me one thing. What is your view on inflation? And I need a one line or one word answer. Do you think inflation is good for the economy, or do you think inflation is bad for the economy? Inflation means when the price of something increases, right? Tell me in one word. Do you think inflation is good, or do you think inflation is bad? Give me an answer to the question. Do you think inflation is good or inflation is bad? Okay, go for it. Go for it, guys. Go for it. I got at least 8 answers says bad. Okay, one answer higher is bad. Moderate inflation is good for economics. Okay, that's really knowledgeable. Bad, 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 bad. Okay. So, okay, can be good if there isn't enough production, but it's bad because you need to start earning a higher interest. Very good. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. Depends. Certain level of inflation is good for economy. So, guys, inflation is not all bad, but it is not all good, because when I say inflation, which means the prices of commodities and daily products is increasing, so it's not good. But if it is not increasing, then it is bad also, because inflation is seen. So a lot of people rightly put it, a higher level of inflation is not good. You don't want to be like Venezuela, for example. Do you know that 90% of people in Venezuela are living below poverty line? And today, if you were to pay a Venezuelan currency in Venezuela to someone, he or she will immediately buy a food commodity and keep it, because they know that the value of that currency which they have received right now, in the next 7 hours, the value of that currency will not be the same. It will erode. That is called hyperinflation, where there is poverty, people don't have jobs, and there is no production, and the demand for products continue to rise. So that inflation, hyperinflation or stagflation, it's not good for the economy. But at the same time, imagine that people are not spending enough money to buy products. When they are not spending enough money to buy products, the demand for the products is not increasing. So the supplier or the retailer, they have to reduce the prices. Now, when they reduce the prices, their per unit cost, again, they are reducing. So their profit margin reduces, which means they are getting less money in their pockets, which means they have to pay less to their laborers, which means production is down, and the total income and employment level has also come down, because people are not spending enough, right? Why people are not spending enough? Because maybe they don't have enough money in their pockets. So inflation is a good sign where people are spending more money, because when they're spending more money, the prices of products, it increases because demand is more than the supply. So when price increases, which means revenue increases, there is a lot more employment, the production increases, so there is a lot more job generation. So a certain level of employment is generated and a certain level of inflation is needed in the economy. Somebody rightly said COVID situation was the best example, right? That production completely shut down, people don't have enough money in their pockets. So how the prices of a commodity will go up or down? In fact, in COVID, few commodity prices went up, like toilet papers, which I never understood. The prices of toilet paper skyrocketed, kind of became a new currency. But what we try to understand is little inflation is good. Now, Fed or central bank has given a target to it, that whatever inflation target is there, it should not exceed more than 2%. Okay. And it should not be below at a certain level. So what Federal Reserve does, whenever they see that inflation is getting higher, which means people have more money in their pockets and they're demanding more. So what they do, they want to decrease, they want to increase this, they want to basically what they increase the interest rates. And when I say interest rates, which means they increase the lending rate, which means now if you borrow from commercial banks, they will charge you higher interest. If they charge you higher interest, you will borrow less. If you borrow less, which means if you were to borrow 500,000, because of higher interest, you will borrow less, which means the overall supply of money in the economy is reduced. Now the demand for dollar is this much, but supply is reduced due to higher lending rates. That means the value of dollar, it appreciates, right? Why the supply of cash has to be reduced in the economy? So that people have less money in their pockets, so they can demand less, and the prices of the commodity might slightly come down, so the inflation does not peak, right? So to come bring inflation down, Fed, they increase the lending rates. On the other side, when they see that people are not demanding enough, what happened in COVID? Did you guys hear the news that during the pandemic, when there was lockdown, the interest rates of all the central banks were reduced and slashed down. Why they reduced the interest rates? What was the reason? Because they knew that there is not going to be economic activity. So they reduced the interest rate so that people can borrow more money at lower credit and the supply of cash increases in the economy, right? When that happens, people have more money in their pocket, they can demand more products, and the prices, they continue to rise, more jobs are generated. That is why the central bank meets. Now, how does it impact exactly? Somebody said they want people to spend more on the economy. Absolutely. So how central bank increases the cash supply and decreases the cash supply? One is by tweaking interest rates. Second, by printing more currency, right? They will print more currency and then they will buy government bonds so that government can have more cash and they can spend on public infrastructure, build roads, bridges, and spend more on people so the cash increases. Similarly, if they buy their bonds back, which means they take money from the government, which was there, which means they reduce the cash supply and balances the inflation. How it impacts gold prices? It impacts gold prices because when Federal Reserve put too much cash in the economy, the value of dollar depreciates because supply of dollar is too much. And when dollar depreciates, we have seen gold prices moving higher, right? Similarly, when central bank increases the rates and supply of cash becomes less, which means dollar appreciates because now demand of dollar is this much, but supply is less due to higher interest rates, which means dollar appreciates and gold prices come down. Stock markets also have a way of reacting with it because if borrowing rates are expensive, which means the companies are borrowing less, and a lot of companies, they do business on credit. So if they are borrowing less, the revenue is less, and that's why the stock markets, whenever there is a news of Federal Reserve possibly increasing the interest rates in future or decreasing the interest rates in future, stock market reacts to it. Okay, so when a FOMC statement comes out, you have to check gold prices, dollar prices, stock markets, how these three instruments move. So this is one important macroeconomic factor, and you will be able to find out whenever the Fed news happens. If you don't believe in me right now, Google Fed statement of Fed interest rate and click on news, and you will see 10 headlines which they are talking about right now. Market is always talking about Fed news, right? It is that important. Second thing, something what we call as, before I move on to this, GDP data. We all know what GDP is. It is the total monetary value of all the goods and services which is produced within a country. So today, GDP is more like a health indicator. If GDP of an economy is increasing, which means economy is doing well. If it is increasing at a growth rate, at an increasing rate, it's a good sign. But the moment GDP starts increasing at a diminishing rate, then it is a concern, because no economy will wait for GDP to go negative. Okay, GDP going negative doesn't mean it's a recession. It means it is worse than recession. Okay, so when people see the GDP data, they see at what rate GDP of an economy is growing, and if that rate starts coming down, is when people have. Okay, I hope you can see my screen, right? Top 5 economic news events. I hope you can still see my presentation right here. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't the DXY appreciate following market crash? If DXY means dollar index doesn't mean that dollar index is not related to the market crash. I think if you're looking for it, volatility index, VIX, is more related to the market crashes. It rises up when market crashes and it comes down when markets are recovering. So yeah, sorry. Okay. Now, when we are looking at, so GDP numbers is something which you should closely look at, because that also determines the value of dollar. If GDP is stronger, dollar appreciates. If GDP is weaker, then dollar depreciates. Consumer price index, CPI, which is inflation data. So right now I told you about how important the Fed meeting is. So what is Fed looking at? The Federal Reserve, before they increase the interest rates, they are looking at inflation. How do you see inflation? By looking at the consumer price index, which is an indicator which measures the inflation of a selective basket of goods and tell Federal Reserve that how much inflation has increased or decreased. And you as an investor needs to watch at this data. It is available on your platform and you can see that what is the, again, inflation data impacts dollar, gold and stocks. Then employment indicators, most important, write it down on your notepad. The most important data which exists, sorry, my screen keeps changing, sorry. The most important data which you should see, labor data, which tells you about the jobs, comes out every new month, first Friday, and it is called non-farm payroll. Write it down, guys. NFP, non-farm payroll. It comes out 4:30 p.m. UAE time every new month, first Friday. What does it tell you? It tells you about how many jobs were generated in the private sector in US in the previous month. Why this is important? Because if I am central bank and I am thinking that, you know what, I feel people have enough money in their pockets, I need to increase the interest rates. But I cannot just increase the interest rates if the jobs data is poor. So I need to look at the labor market and I have to take the right decision, because until people do not have jobs, me increasing the interest rates for lending is only going to create chaos. So that's why Federal Reserve watches closely at the employment indicators. And if you have positions in dollar, gold or stocks, it gets impacted by these employment indicators. And last but not the least, among many data, one of them is manufacturing data. And manufacturing data also comes out. So manufacturing is one of the most important thing. Among manufacturing, US and China manufacturing is very important. China manufacturing is very important because it works as a global export for the world. So Chinese manufacturing, if it is suffering like it happened in 2014, it can bring all stock markets down. So you should definitely keep a watch on Chinese manufacturing data and US manufacturing data as well. Now, the very last segment of today, again, there are a lot of fundamentals which we are going to talk about over a period of course. But today, the last thing before you guys leave, I want to talk about how do you trade in stocks, or basically what the earning season denotes. Okay, because earning season is something which is really important. Sorry, something is wrong with my presentation. Let me just check, guys. Sorry. I think the software is just acting up. Guys, I hope you can see my screen which says how to interpret the earning season. Everybody on with it? You can see my data, how to interpret the earning season. So earning season, it is the report card. Why I'm telling you right now, because this was the month of earning season. Okay. I hope everybody can hear me. No, nobody can see my screen. Okay. Okay, let me just stop it and start again. 1 second. Start presentation. Okay. I think something is wrong. 1 second. Okay, let me just very quickly open this slide in my PowerPoint if it is not using date 2. Okay, let me quickly show you right here. Share the screen. A window. Okay, perfect. Okay, I think now you should be able to see it. At the chat. Perfect. Yeah. Now, if you can see the screen right now, how do you interpret the earnings season? Most important thing, which you should be able to find out in the earnings. So it's the report card, right? Important things which you should see: EPS, revenue, and forward outlook. Now, EPS is earning per share. Revenue is the total revenue. And forward outlook is the future guidance, which is told by the company for the next quarter. Why companies come out with their earnings? Because you are the shareholder, you have invested in the company. So it's their obligation to keep you informed every 3 months that how much money they have made and what is the financial outlook for the next 3 months. Write it down in your notepad. Earning season comes when? Earning season comes in January, April, July, October. And these are the months when stocks move crazy. So July, August, complete earnings will come out. Stocks will move crazy. October, November, complete earnings will come out. Stocks crazy. December, January, right? April, May. These are months when earnings starts and continue to come and stocks move crazy. On day 5, we will learn about how you can trade using price action analysis as a strategy in the earnings section. Today, we get to know that when you're looking at the earnings report, what you have to see. You have to see earning per share. What is earning per share? Whatever is the total net income of a company, and you subtract dividends out of it. Whatever is the net income left after giving dividends, divided by the number of outstanding shares which are there. Okay. I think financial year period of US, I think it is April. That's the financial year. I think it is April. Major books. So it depends actually company to company, the calendar year, January to December. I think for US, it is same. It is April, the financial year. Now, when we are looking at earning per share, whatever is the net income minus the preferred dividend, whatever has been given, divided by all the total number of shares. So you get earning per share. In layman language, earning per share tells about a company how efficiently the money of a shareholder has been utilized. So if earning per share continues to increase quarter on quarter, it is a good thing for the company. And for you as a shareholder, again, it's a good thing. Can you check price change in Amazon shares in the demo account, please? I will check. I will definitely check. I'm just ending this in 5 minutes and then we'll revert the questions also. So earning per share is the first thing which you should see. And you compare your earning per share with what? You compare your earning per share of this quarter versus the same quarter, but last year. So you will know that last year, same quarter, how much was earning per share. Also, you compare the earning per share of this quarter versus the previous quarter, same year, right? So you will know whether quarter on quarter there is a growth, whether year on year quarter there is a growth. So that's one thing you should see. Second thing, same numbers you should see for revenue. How much is the total revenue? Okay, because revenue is very important, and earning per share and revenue is also matched with Wall Street analysts, what they think. And if these numbers match their expectations, stock price goes up. If they do not match their expectation, stock price goes down. And these Wall Street expectations are already available on any website. You can find out, right? So before the earning comes out, you know that what is the number they have to beat. Last and most important thing is the future outlook, the forward outlook. Apple stock prices fell down on 27 July after delivering double-digit growth, brilliant results, and stock prices fell down. Why? Because they announced that the next quarter, their sales of iPhones may not be too much because they are not able to produce it because of the shortage of the semiconductors. So the revenue will be less. And on that note, the stock prices went down even after Apple delivered double-digit growth for the previous quarter, right? So these 3 things which you should definitely see. Are you sure EPS is after deducting the dividends as per India is not? It's possible. See, let me just put this here. Again, not to be very technical with it, but as you can see, the net income minus preferred dividend is divided by outstanding shares is what normally it is. See, it depends. Again, there could be more elements to it. But again, I'm just giving you a very basic idea over here that what an earning per share is, because you should know whatever is. So net income can be anything, minus dividend, minus depreciation, minus anything. But the idea is what is the earning? You divide by the total number of outstanding shares which are in the market. So you get earning per share. Now, earning per share tells you how efficiently each dollar of you as a shareholder has been utilized. So basically, it should continue to go high. Okay. Now, that being said, when we are talking about earnings, important thing, some people ask me a question, switching here to the platform. I want to show you something here. Okay. If market is driven by sentiments, okay, now I'm going to answer more and more questions I can before you guys leave. If market is driven by sentiments, why we need to care about financial parameters? Because see, when it comes to companies, today, if you're doing a business, you have to rely on numbers. Sentiments are important, but so that's why I want you to actually closely watch the earnings season, because if earning per share is good, and if it increases, then you will see a higher in the stock price also. During the pandemic, there were literally no expectations, no earnings, right? Stocks were driven by sentiments. But this quarter, the earnings delivered well as compared to the previous quarter and same quarter previous year. So markets were driven by earnings. So earnings you have to see for those specific time periods, and that's why you need to see and care about these financial parameters. At the end of the day, a company's revenue and earning per share will count. How profitable the company is. Sentiments is one thing, but profitability of the company is one of the most important things, and that is driven by numbers. So yes, Apple and Amazon would not just go up on sentiments if they wouldn't deliver good numbers. So that is the most important thing. EPS at what percentage rise is considered good? There's no percentage rise, but as long as the increase, there is a steady increase, a consistent increase, and that increase matches the Wall Street expectations, it is considered good. Another question. Yeah, there was one question. Okay, about Amazon price change. Right here, if you see Amazon price change, it's there in my watch list. Current price is 32.40. It is down today by 1.6%. And the lowest it has gone today is 32.11. Highest it has gone today is 32.91. As compared to yesterday's closing today, it's down by 1.6%. Right? One more question. It was about the month. Why it is crude oil Brent October? Why it is crude oil September? Because these are future contracts. Before we go further deeper in the later days, let me tell you how a future contract would work. If you buy oil October, you have 1 month till you can hold on to this trade if you buy oil. After 1 month, if you do not sell it on profit or loss, automatically your trade is closed and the position will be rolled over to crude oil Brent November. When I say rolled over, which means if you buy 1,000 barrels on October contract, by the end of the month or the expiry of that contract, if you have not closed your position, that profit or loss will be booked, and by 1,000 barrel will be rolled over to crude oil November. So you will still have your position, but it is like closed, because contracts, future contracts, they expire and they have an expiry date when they expire. And if you have not closed your trade, it gets rolled over to the new contract. So that is the significance of a contract. You cannot hold it for the eternity. But if you buy gold cash, silver cash, euro cash, or index cash, you can hold it as long as you want to. There is no expiry. That's the difference. Which other cryptocurrency is important than Bitcoin or better than Bitcoin? You can look at Cardano. It's more sustainable than Bitcoin when it comes to mining. You can look at Monero. It is much more anonymous in terms of if you're looking for an anonymity in a cryptocurrency, it is developing. Then there are cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, which is less in the market price of Bitcoin, but again, very futuristic. So you can look at Ethereum also. These few cryptos are there. Again, guys, any more questions? Is it possible to hold the shares for long period of time, like 2 years in this software? You can. You can hold shares for 2 years, 3 years, as long as you want to. Even if you want to invest rather than trade, you can. You can absolutely. If you want to have ownership of the stocks, I have Interactive Brokers as introducing partner, which is not this platform, but there is another platform. You can have ownership also of these stocks and not have CFDs. Right? Go on, guys. Any other questions? So today's assignment is going to be, for those people who have joined today, please take demo accounts from your RMs. Anyways, you will receive it tomorrow on your email first thing in the morning. Take picture of the watch list. those who have demo accounts today, please, and if you have made the watch list, just go through this, add more and more stocks, okay, add more and more products. Any recommended websites to watch? I would suggest Century's website, century.ae, has a lot of information about commodities, what it is. You go to Brainy Bull, you can read a lot of stuff. There are a lot of blogs. Go to century.ae and you will find a lot of market related information. Can we transfer shares to family members? Not on this platform, but I have interactive brokers also. You can take ownership in those stocks, and those stocks can be transferable to the portfolio in a different broker. Could be a nominee or not, that I have to check with interactive brokers. I will answer this question to you on this one. So that is something which I can check for you. You can have probably a joint account also. So that way, both of you will have. Century Financial, century.ae. If you go to the website, you will do it. Who's emailing the demo? It will come from our website. If you have a relationship manager, you can contact him or her. If somebody has reached you out, they can also send you it. Otherwise, tomorrow morning by default, it will come. And please, guys, if you do not receive something, check your spam or junk folders. Sometimes emails land over there. It should come tomorrow afternoon, definitely tomorrow afternoon there. What is interactive brokers? Interactive brokers is also, so the platform which I'm showing to you right now is not Century's platform. We are introducing aggregators to CMC Markets, which is a company based in UK and Australia. Similarly, for other requirements clients have, we are connected to interactive brokers and we can provide their platform also. So this is something which Century does. Century's important role is to keep you aware about the financial markets, aware about how things work, train you how to buy and sell, how you can manage your risk, and keep you updated about the markets, and keep doing these investor education weeks and webinars and seminars, something which we are specialized in, right? So can we hold commodities like shares? You can. If you have gold, silver, you can. But if you have a future contract like oil or coffee or sugar, then it will keep expiring every month. So you will have to pay charges every time the contract expires. So there will be a rollover cost. So you can continue to hold on to it, but positions will change. Those products which are in cash, you can buy and hold on to it. Sorry, stocks owned in CMC and interactive. So what you're owning in CMC, you're not owning in CMC. These are derivatives. So the Amazon shares, Facebook shares, which you see, these are CFDs, which means if you buy these shares, your name is not recorded in shareholders book of Amazon. Okay. These are just if you want to. So basically, I will explain you margin trading and leverage tomorrow, and then you will understand the difference between CMC versus IBKR. So if you can hold on to this question for a day, tomorrow we will eventually discuss about CFDs, margin trading and leverage, and advantages and disadvantages of CFDs versus direct equities. Annual fee to use the platform, there is no annual fee. How live is the figures in the platform? These are real-time prices, so you can always compare. These are real-time prices which you can see, so there is no delay to it. Pros and cons about CMC versus IB, something which we can discuss later on. Depends on what you want to invest into. That's the only thing. Some people find CMC better than IBKR. Some people find IBKR better than CMC. It depends on what you are investing into. Will I get a new link for tomorrow's session? You will be getting an email link exactly how you reach today, because that's just one link. You just keep getting reminded every day. So you just have to click on that particular link. Right? So thank you so much, guys. Once again, any other questions you have, let me change this. Yogesh at century.ae. I'm just writing my email down here. Yogesh at century.ae. This is my email. Oh, sorry. Spell check. 1 second. YOGESH at century.ae. If you have any doubts, if you're not able to reach your RM, email it to me about demo accounts. I'll be able to help you out. Once again, before I leave, on behalf of Century Financial, my team, and my entire family, thank you so much to everyone who's connected or who's in the medical industry, healthcare industry, fast responders, first responders, midwives, doctors, healthcare professionals who have been risking their lives in and out for us and for the welfare of our families. I hope that you survive this pandemic really well and you get the courage to deal with it. All my brothers and sisters around who are struggling or who have lost their families, still risking their lives out in medical industry, please convey my regards to them. And if you are one of them, a big word of thanks from my end and from my company. Once again, thank you so much. I will be live tomorrow once again, same time, 7 to 8. And tomorrow we'll learn about how to place orders, how to place trades, what is leverage, what is CFDs, and we are progressing. I hope to see a lot more crowd. The same people which I have seen yesterday are here today. I wish to see you tomorrow. Some people who have joined today, I hope to see you tomorrow with your demo accounts, and will again move a step ahead. Can you send me the link of yesterday's session recorded version? So what we are trying to do is finish all these days together and then put this session at once. So that will be easier. If you want, you can have a one-on-one session with me tomorrow. Just talk to your relationship manager or email it to me. So I will catch you up on speed, so you can I can tell you what we did on day one. So all of you who want to have a review for day one, catch me tomorrow before 7, and I will be able to allocate my time to all of you. Just talk to your relationship manager and we can do that. Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for this session today. I will see you tomorrow. My name is Yogesh. Have a great night.